Are you feeling like you've lost your riding mojo? Maybe you're struggling with nerves or worries or even anxiety around riding your horse. When this happens, it's really easy for us to lose the fun. Have the joy and the excitement about riding seems to have got covered up by the layers of noise and nonsense that goes around our head. So if you're looking and wanting to have more fun when riding your horse, I've got some really cool tips that I'd like to share with you to help you move forward so that you can go out and have loads of adventures together. My name's Alison Buttery from the Everyday Equestrian, and I want to share with you my top tips to have more fun when riding your horse. So the first tip that I want to share with you to have more fun when riding your horse is to try something completely different and new. It could be as simple as riding in a different place. For example, if you normally ride in the arena, you might want to go out and ride in the field if the ground conditions are suitable. Or perhaps that you normally ride on your own, and actually going for a ride with a friend on their horse can be brilliant because you can have a good old chinwag while you're riding. It could be that you're going to try a different discipline. So perhaps that your passion is around flat work and schooling and dressage. Maybe you go and try some Western riding, or you go and do some jumping. Doing something different can re-inspire us and take the pressure off and make us feel a little bit less like hard work. Another way of trying something completely different is to go and have some lessons with a new instructor. Lots of professional riders actually train with 2 or 3 different coaches because they know that each coach will bring a slightly different viewpoint, a slightly different way of assessing what's happening between horse and rider. They'll be using different language, they'll be using different approaches and training techniques to help you get the most out of your riding. And it's absolutely fine to be thinking about using and engaging with different trainers and coaches. You might want to do some groundwork, actually building a better relationship with your horse by learning correct and safe and really fun exercises in groundwork is a fantastic way of getting a different perspective on your riding. There are loads of different ways of doing this. It could be that you're going to do some in-hand training with your horse. You might want to learn how to lunge your horse correctly, or to develop the skills in long lining your horse. So all 3 of those, in-hand training, lunging your horse, and training using long reins, are brilliant because actually you get to see what your horse's physical responses are to your aids, and they're just as skilled in terms of how you do those techniques as riding. So you can add extra strings to your bow and actually help build a better relationship with your horse and stronger communication systems as well. My last idea around trying something new and different would be to book onto a training clinic. You might even want to organise one at your yard if you have the facilities to do so. It could be that you go and do a training clinic for flat work and schooling. It could be pole work, it could be show jumping, it could be grid work, it could be cross-country training, it could be groundwork. The list and the availability is endless. So do some investigations in your area and see if you can find a clinic that's slightly different to what you'd normally do, and go and have lots of fun there. Okay, my second tip to have a little bit more fun and enjoy your riding a little bit more is to actually find a decent riding school that you're able to get to. A really good place to find that if you're in the UK is a British Horse Society approved riding centre. If you go to the British Horse Society website, you can search for riding schools in your area, and you can be safe in the knowledge that those riding schools are well run, the horse welfare is really good, and the horses are happy and have everything they need. And you'll also get access to qualified and experienced instructors as well. So going to a riding school to get some lessons on a different horse can help you iron out those challenges that you might have physically around your riding, but it can kind of reignite a different way of thinking. riding different horses is such a powerful way to not only build your confidence around riding, but also to develop different skills, learn how to communicate with different types of horses. And it could be that actually you go and book a lesson on a schoolmaster, the horse that's has experience and is able to understand and use different movements or jump at a different height to the one that you're used to. And that can be so empowering, because those horses, which are worth their weight in gold, can teach us so much as riders. So getting some lessons on a schoolmaster can be such a brilliant, fun way to go and reignite your passion for riding your own horse. And you'll learn loads of things that you can bring back into your own training with your horse. The third tip that I have for finding more joy and fun in your riding is to book a training camp or go on holiday with your horse. That could be a trip to the beach, for example. It could be a trip to a more formal training camp where you have a number of lessons over a period of a few days. Whatever it takes, you might want to go with some friends. You might want to go on your own and do something completely different. When we go into these different environments for 2 or 3 days, we get access to different instructors, we get access to different facilities and environments. And not only is this loads of fun, it's a great opportunity to learn some new things about yourself as a rider, plus learn how to ride and communicate with your horse more effectively as well. So it's great fun. There's nothing like changing your environment, going to do something completely different to reignite that passion for riding. The fourth tip is around learning. When we're learning, we're growing as riders, and there's always something new to learn. Nobody knows everything, okay? So there's loads of different ways you can do this. It might be that actually you're not able to ride at the moment and you're feeling a little bit fed up about that. Well, almost treat yourself as a bit of a project. How can you improve your riding without actually riding? Well, there's loads of ways to do that. You might have access to particular memberships or online training courses around riding or mindset or confidence or sort of practical groundwork you can do. There's loads and loads of resources out there now that we can access as riders remotely at any time. And that's a really useful way to be part of a community often, but also get access to training that perhaps you wouldn't normally have. And it's a great thing to do if you're not able to ride for any reason right now. Another thing you might want to do to develop your own learning and your own growth as a rider is to go and watch a lecture demo with a professional rider. Great way to inspire us to be better, to challenge our progress and how far we're moving along towards our goals. Of course, there's nothing like going to a big equestrian event. In the UK, we've got badminton and Burley, and we've got the sort of larger shows like Royal Windsor, Royal International at Hickstead. The list is endless. Go along, go and do some shopping, go and see some of the best horses in the country and get re-inspired to kind of do something different with your horse too. If you've got a coach who you work well with, they may well offer some horse management training as well. Or there might be other experts and professionals that you have access to who would come and do some training with you. For example, your farrier. It could be around an equine nutritionist. It could be a clinical equine behaviourist. All sorts of different people you can get in touch with to help you understand your horse better and understand yourself better too, so that you can have a better time as a partnership. So the next thing I want to share with you is around creating a more positive, empowered and resilient mindset when you're riding. Some say that riding is 80% mindset, 20% riding skills. Because what we believe, what we think, and what we feel has a massive impact on how much we enjoy riding and whether we're able to build a positive relationship with our horse so that we can achieve our equestrian goals. When we invest time when we invest our energy in understanding how our mind works and exploring ways to manage our mindset, not only makes us feel better about riding, but actually it allows us to feel more calm, more confident, more resilient to the inevitable ups and downs of owning and riding horses. So this isn't, in my opinion, it's not high enough up the priority list for lots of riders. I see lots of people spending lots of time and money and energy on all the practical things, all the tangible stuff around ringing and managing their horses, having the best equipment, having the best clothing and matchy sets, or, you know, going on that sort of surface level. But when we really get to grips with our mindset and we dig into those beliefs that hold us back, we dig into those unhelpful thought patterns that keep us stuck in what we're doing, and we kind of learn to manage our emotions in a really useful way. When we do that, all of those superficial things sort of melt away, and actually we can start to move forward positively and confidently with our riding. And if you'd like to learn how to do this, I'd like to check out the link in the description below this video, where you can find out more about different ways you can work with me and how I can help you to really get to grips with your mindset so that you can become a more confident and calm and positive rider. So there we go. There are my top tips for finding more fun, more enjoyment, and getting your mojo back around riding. I'd love to hear from you if you found this useful. So please do let me know in the comments below the video. And of course, if you have any other questions or ideas, again, add them to the comments because I'd love to hear from you. And if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, click the subscribe button down there and you'll get instant notifications when I'm sharing more videos. And I can't wait to see and follow your progress as you progress. So do keep in touch. Bye for now.